With that, I'm going to introduce the winner of the 2019 Blackberry Peach Award, BJ Allagood from Port Orange.
This is entitled 17 Years Later. All he wanted was a Snickers bar. Wasn't much to ask for. Crazy. You could see it in her eyes. A young mother obviously made some bad mistakes. The thin, second-hand clothes spoke of a young lifetime of no money, but the lank, greasy hair and wild eyes, they sang of asylums. Those eyes. They had conversations with legions of unseen persons, naked men who whispered to her from behind pungent, putrid dumpsters in dark alleys. Her dead mother, always bitching, always complaining. A crow's beak, jabbing over and over again between her shoulder blades, where she couldn't reach, couldn't get the birds out, and now they nested there. Couldn't bandage the gouged flesh to keep the birds out. Sure, she said, you want that candy? You can have it. Happiness suffused his little 6-year-old face while he stood in the Minute Mart line. He clutched the candy bar against the bony chest, his legs mud-caked and scabbed, his feet barefooted, nearly black. When the teenager in front of them finished his transactions, they moved forward. "Get rid of that!" she shrieked. "Who do you think you are, you little jerk? Why should anyone buy anything for you? You are nothing." Her maniacal laughter flew around the store, its talons puncturing the bread and crackers, swooping over the sports drinks, and perched on the counter over his head. He looked up with 6 years of confusion and 80 years of despair, an empty, cavernous soul. She'd set him up for the fall, and the anticipation made it all the more gleeful. The most fun she'd had in 20 minutes. And I wonder, 17 years later, what prison he's in now.
And our second place winner from Orlando, Ray Jimenez.
Note, the term ginger refers to someone with red hair. Gingers are the worst. I mean, don't get me wrong, be ginger it up. Just don't ginger around me. I mean, I'm not Harris, but I wish they wouldn't throw it in my face. Wish they weren't so ginger in public. I mean, how am I supposed to raise my kids when these gingers are everywhere? I mean, having gingers in the military disrupts unit cohesion. I mean, I'm all for progress. I just don't want one of them as my doctor. I mean, sometimes those gingers are just asking for it. I mean, wouldn't you be angry if the person you dated didn't tell you they were ginger? I mean, we should build a wall to keep these gingers out. They're all rapists and murderers anyways. I mean, it's not a ginger ban. It's just, enforcing existing laws. I mean, he should have complied. The officer has a tough job, and that ginger should have known better. I mean, what's the point of having a redhead stepchild if you can't beat them, huh? I mean, why do these gingers must be so difficult? I mean, different. I mean, scary. I mean, I'm entitled to my opinion. Hashtag all hair matters. I mean, freedom of speech is listening to all sides, even the ones trying to murder you. I mean, nobody talks about ginger on ginger crime, do they? I mean, can you hear it? Igniters clicking, hatred, the propane hiss, and the resentment, can you feel it? Charcoal anger drafting down your neck, their fear trying to scratch your spine like a tinderbox, can you smell it? The slow burn of a rage, simmering these smirks and knowing glances, smoke coming off their polished veneers, can you see the pretext building, combusting with every syllable, pressure mounting until it explodes at a nightclub, at a church, at a synagogue, can you see the fire fire being started, you know it's not the flames but the smoke that's most likely to kill you? The poison inhaled like oxygen trying to claim your life. How it builds slowly, filling every school, office, courtroom, wandering into detention centers, back seats of police cruisers, till it's so thick you can't even see where it started. Everything hacks and stings. Or do you let a fire burn because it's not your neighborhood? Are the fumes someone else's problem? Are you an extinguisher or wind to fan the flames? Have you gotten so used to soot, the scent of gasoline does make you retch, even when it seeps from the pores of friends, from family, from your fucking president? When the forest fires a punchline in your jokes, you laugh long, ignore the glint in their eyes, the well-worn Zippos in their pockets. Are you a good person because you didn't light a match? Or are you all sparks and trails of deadwood? You chastise oversensitivity with a flint mouth during a drought. You think fire only obeys you. Are you blind to the truth that you two are kissed by ginger flames? That a change of the wind could bring the blaze to your fucking door? Do you know what you do when you say these things? Because I'm beginning to. Because people make gingers all the time. Arsonists who never claim the fame but just sit back and blame the charred for being easy kindling. I mean, you gingers should learn to speak American. I mean, you gingers are just living off welfare. Pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. When will you gingers get over slavery? When will you gingers stop playing victim? When will you gingers accept God? You gingers, you gingers, you gingers. When will you realize that nobody's really a ginger and everybody's really a ginger? That it doesn't have to be you or them. You stop drawing lines between you and them. When will you realize that what you say actually matters? That what you speak is flammable? When will you stop watching the embers floating and help us put them out?
All right.